this time, the senior class president, Mady is going to address the class of 2013. Following Mady's address, the Bethany High School Mixed Ensemble will be performing the Old Irish Blessing.
Good evening, parents and family, administrators, faculty, friends, and my fellow graduates from the great Bethany High School senior class of 2013. Dr. Whitroth, I heard that 9 teachers are leaving at the end of the school year. I'd like to believe it's because our class was so great that they just can't imagine teaching here without us. The reality may be that they feel lucky they even survived us. Last Friday, our class went to the top of Pikes Peak in Colorado. We rode the world's highest cog railway up to the top, which is over 14,000 feet. They told us that the cascading streams and forests of aspen and pines inspired the writing of America the Beautiful. It was snowing at the top. It was fun, and it really was beautiful. For some, it was the first time to see and experience the Rocky Mountains. For all of us, it is one more great high school memory that we will hold on to. When thinking of the senior class of 2013, I think that our journey can best be explained by the most critically acclaimed, much admired poet of our generation, Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus's The Climb is a song that students know and probably, like me, have sung at the top of their lungs at one point. In The Climb, Miley talks about the climb that it takes to overcome obstacles in your life. She says that there's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. As a class, we have experienced many of the same obstacles, the same mountains in our journey. In kindergarten, we all had to learn how to tie our shoes, and we learned our phone number. We learned not to eat paste. We also met new friends and began our journey. Our first mountain might have been a small one, but it was the first one we climbed together. Sadly, there will be a day when we forget how to tie our shoes, forget our phone number, and have to eat stuff that tastes like paste. That, my friends, will be the final mountain. In elementary school, the mountains became a little bigger and more difficult. We learned big vocabulary words, our multiplication tables. We made weird science projects. We learned right from wrong. And we adjusted to new friendships by learning the coolest handshakes. Our mountains also included weekly spelling tests, AR points, and Camp Placid. We were growing up some, and we were so excited to scale these mountains and move on to scary middle school. In middle school, the mountains were tremendously bigger, and without parents constantly hovering over our heads. Everybody at one time or another struggled through middle school. At times, it seemed this mountain might be too difficult to climb. Through piles of daily homework, crafting our science experiments, and typing out our book report, through all the practices for sports, musical instruments, and choirs, and through all the emotional drama that is so unique to middle school, we made it. I don't know how, but we survived, and we were able to climb even the highest of these mountains. When we finally reached the top of the middle school mountains, we could just barely see the top of our next one, high school. Of course, we started high school at the bottom of that mountain. Through our early years, we walked carefully in the halls, hoping not to get humiliated by an upperclassman. But we enjoyed these mountains. We enjoyed our teachers who let us get away with more than we were supposed to, like watching Mean Girls in class, as long as we understood that it was supposed to be a modern-day Julius Caesar. We enjoyed meeting the other new kids and eventually discovered that upperclassmen weren't so scary after all. Then we learned to drive, and we got our licenses. Some of us did that in reverse order. We gained some freedom, and we were able to climb up more of our mountain of high school. With each achievement in class, sports, or music, the practices seemed a little shorter, the homework not as burdensome, and the teachers more like good friends. When we finally became upperclassmen, we were able to make a positive influence. Well, mostly positive influence on the younger kids. We became the leaders in our school, in the classrooms, on the fields and courts, in the band and orchestra, and on the stage. We faced and conquered some of the difficult battles in high school, like the ACT and the EOIs, and when senior year finally arrived, we could all see the top of the mountain very clearly. This senior year, our final climb up this mountain has been the fastest year of our lives. So now, we can't wait for the next mountains of our life, whether it's college, work, or joining the military. We are ready to start on a new journey, up a new hill, and to conquer another mountain. Again, quoting the poet Mady, "It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb." We might be ready for the next mountain in our life, but we need to remember that the moments that we shared together through all these years are the ones that we will remember as the best moments. We will remember our classmates and the stories that we are leaving behind. We will know that this was a great time in our life and look back on it with fondness. We will cherish these experiences and now use the lessons learned as we start climbing that new mountain and making new memories. Through everything in your life, I hope you enjoy the climb it takes to reach the top of the mountain. The reality of life is that there is always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes we're going to have to lose. We need to understand that mistakes sometimes happen, and bad things do occur. But just as in our past, we learn from our mistakes and we keep climbing. We also learn the climb is easier when we are not alone, when we do not climb by ourselves. We need to climb with people who will keep us strong. Mady says, "There's a voice inside my head saying, 'You'll never reach it.' At times we've listened to that voice, and we felt we could never reach this mountaintop. Those moments, as well as the moments when we reach the top, are moments of insight that can help us keep moving even when we do not feel like it. Many people are simply no good for the everyday world when they are not on the mountaintop. Yet we must bring our simple, ordinary, everyday life up to the meaning revealed to us on the mountaintop when we were there. We have experienced a lot of mountains together, a lot of tough uphill climbs, and I know that many times I would not have made it without you, my friends. We wouldn't have made it to the top without our teachers, the administrators, coaches, our parents and family helping us along the way. Our teachers became our friends and mentors as they helped us grow and enabled us to succeed in whatever we did. Our parents wouldn't let us give in to anything less than what we were capable of achieving. As friends, many of whom we are sitting next to, we were there to encourage each other and tell each other that we can get this and that we are almost there. We were never alone through these mountains. We climbed as a community of people who love and care about each other. Though the crossing of our paths may grow less over time, the friendships we made can and will endure. Let us commit to always be there for support and advice, and to turn for that when we need it ourselves. In whatever walks of life we choose, and in all the things we do, we will remember this climb and all the mountains that made the climb so great. So senior class of 2013, I challenge you to always remember that the climb is better than the destination because of the people you share it with. It is what makes the victory of reaching the top so much better. Seniors, don't forget to thank your family, friends, teachers, administrators, and all the other people in your life that have made this climb so enjoyable. Thank them for giving so generously of their time and effort put into making us the people we are today. They have given us the skills to go out and become the person we are called to be. Seniors, we made it to the top of the mountain, and I just want to say, congratulations, senior class of 2013.